Alan Winston with my producer Rebecca McKean. And for the 5 days of the Nevada Desert Experience's 2025 Sacred Peace Walk, a group of people will walk, carrying signs, beating drums, singing, praying, along a desert highway on Western Shoshone land next to the most bombed place on earth. They've been doing this for decades. We're going to follow along with them and ask them why. Thursday, April 17th. This will be the last and longest day of the Desert Walk. By evening, these walkers will arrive at the Peace Camp, overlooking the entrance to the most bombed land on this earth, where well over 100 nuclear bombs were exploded. Very early in the morning, they gathered around the ceremonial fire with Jeremiah Jones and Johnny Bob, leaders of the Western Shoshone people. After the morning sunrise ceremony, I spoke with Johnny Bob, head of the Western Shoshone Nation.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit?
Yeah.
You know, how are your people doing these days under a Trump organization?
We're still much spread out.
You know,
We're still, having our ceremonies. Everything's been good. Everything's fine.
what do you think? What do you think's happening in this country?
Black socks, I guess.
From your perspective, what are you feeling?
Well, the way the government is putting all the people around the world in big argument with our big boss, the White House out there. When people talk, it brings bad vibes, but in our writing, it comes from our heart. We slowly think about our ways, the children's ways, our Mother Earth's way of our help, and we're helping them as we turn with our Mother Earth.
If Donald Trump were here and you could talk to him, I'm Donald Trump, what would you say to me?
That would be the hard part. I'll probably give him a blanket and sit on the ground. Us to see if we could get some words to him from the people, and for the people to stand around him or talking a good words to him, for him to continuing on, help protect the Mother Earth, to protect the country, that the people to do their ceremony, for the people to do their walk, pray with us, pray in a good way, so that way the world will have longer life to continuing on being out there with our good water to drink and stop this war and stop this nuclear things that's happening by testing, and work with the country out there, not, blocking them off, not giving them orders and taking away their country, like the government is taking away the Shoshone's country, and be one, not everybody saying mine, 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 Yeah. We're there to blessing ourselves, walk on the ground and talk the talk. And in that way, we might, get up and go places for all of us to do our gatherings.
Enough time for breakfast and an hour of rest before the final leg of the walk to the peace camp. The day before, Areeya, priestess at the goddess temple, gave us a brief tour.
When folks enter, this is a space that I think reflects the easefulness of love and warm-heartedness that is within and capable of all beings. And so they see a welcome sign, they come through this space, which is the garden, the memorial garden, planted with the roses and mesquite and different medicinal plants. And when we actually walk by this garden, there is a feeling of rootedness and home. And in the desert, it is especially quenching in such a dry place to see something that is almost like a little secret garden, right? This oasis, like this cottonwood. A lot of times they take off these fronds, and there's no reason for it, because this is like part of the welcome, and if you don't want this welcome, you can walk around on the other side and you don't have to say hi. But I like to say hello, and it's amazing how uplifting that is. So these roses were planted in memory of all that has gone before and done the work, the great works. Much like the tree, we have deep roots. We have the main body, and then we have the branches that reach, up to the crown. And so much like that, the tree is a really good friend and reminder of being rooted yet connected. And when that meets in the heart, that is what some would call presence. So this place, I think, helps to represent it. It was created, or rather a gift from Genevieve Bond, who is 85, going on 86, fabulous. Mother of the maternal gift economy. The gift economy is not new. What she calls the maternal gift economy is understanding unilateral giving, the way a mother gives to a child, understanding all beings have this capability. So to give one way without expecting anything back, which is a bit disconcerting in a more of a consumer market economy. It's really beautiful right now because the herons are passing through. The falcons and the hawks have been here for about a month and a half, and now I see a little less of them and a couple of herons and some, speckle-headed woodpeckers, and the lizards are active. So this is the desert. And it is a really wonderful reminder of beauty and the beast within and around, where things can be very beautiful. I like to ask, where are your teeth? You are very beautiful. Oh, I know you have teeth. I want to be friends. And so I keep my hands to myself. And so this is a part of, I think, the teachings of the desert, with especially with the cacti. And some of the lovely plants, like this one is known as, in English, it's Prince Louis plume, okay? And this is without when it's dried, okay? And then if you move over to this one, you'll see Louis plume start to bloom, right? And the relationship with this is we help to take off the pieces that have a hard time shedding naturally, and this can be used for kindling. See how it looks almost like styrofoam inside? Do you know that this stays dry even when it's rained on? So it's an amazing plant. And also these greens, a friend of mine, he calls it lettuce because it's very good for the liver. They're bitter. They're one in the mustard green family. And so first you have bitter, but the young ones, when they first come out, they are eaten more like a spinach, just like a fresh.
And a mustardy too. Mustard.
It's the mustard family. Wow. Because it tastes a little like arugula, a little like mustard,
It does.
but a little flavor of peas, and you're like, huh.
And it's bitter and
It's a really good.
And it bites back a little bit.
It does bite back a little bit. And so we passed the first bridge, and walking from the garden up the path is really lovely because it reminds us that we're all walking some path. And perhaps that path is the path to understanding. We're just coming from many different places. So this place of neutrality, or as Genevieve said, an outpost of peace.
Why We Walk is a production of BCR Podcast and the Nevada Desert Experience. Music for this episode was Lou Tobaccon's performance and composition, Garden at Lifetime.